Taurus, this is your 2020 forecast reading. If you would like a personal or private reading or that genuinely amazing soulmate reading, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via my website. So what we do here is I make you a cup of tea, I pour off the fluids, and then the symbols that are left behind tell a story. I look at those that jump out, that really stick out for me. And I look at the symbols around it so we can gain a little bit of a better perspective of what's going on here. The first thing that strikes me is a woman sitting, almost looking a little bit either bored or a little bit dejected, could be one or the other. In front of her sits what looks like a little dragon, and it's got its wings spread, and a dog looking into the distance. Above that is a butterfly, and an arrow that sort of curves back on itself. So, and another little dragon behind that one. So what I see here is a bird sitting waiting as well, looking back. Isn't it interesting? There's lots of things backwards. So what you will be facing in 2020 is perhaps a little bit of something that you deluded yourself about, or had the wrong impression of, or had a mistaken perspective of it. You will have someone, a powerful friend, as an ally. That's what a dog normally means in tea leaves. Dog is a traditional symbol, as in symbology, is the way shower. It shows you the way forward. It's looking behind her. The bird is looking behind her. The arrow is curving backwards. So it's almost as if I think you will retrace steps. You're going to go back to something. In 2020, you have stepped forward into something. It's left you feeling perhaps a little bit dejected. I'd say 2019 and the year before that maybe. You got into something. You got involved in something. You pursued something. It's left you feeling a little bit lonely, possibly a little bit dejected, possibly even a bit bored. Boredom also shows up here. It shows up a lot. And you're going to be protected and guided to go back to something that you did before. Everything is looking back, and the success seems to be back. So something you did before, something you pursued before, something you were before, a goal you had before. You're going to be retracing your steps in 2020, and that is what you are going to be pursuing, and that is where the success will be. As I say that, I see a wishbone, and a V, a victory sign, and the butterfly, a change for better. So something that you did before, something where you changed course, you left it, you got a new goal, whatever the case may be, you left something behind. You left a pursuit, a goal, an objective, a perspective behind. You're going to go back to that in 2020. You're going to be guided back to that in 2020. Some of you may even be pushed back to that. And that is where you're going to find your wishes fulfilled and things are changing for the better. That's very, very interesting. The fact they're all looking back like that is such a clear indication. Right, I see a seahorse. Above that seahorse, I see a flag. And I see a wishbone. Now, seahorse is family matters. So family is going to be your focus at some stage in 2020. Don't lower your standards. In other words, if there's something you want for your family, or maybe your family is demanding something of you, and don't cut corners where this is concerned. Go the full distance. Go for what you know you want to do and should be doing. That is how you will get your victory. And also, your family could then provide you with a really good time, because I see a bunch of grapes there. The family could be a source of a good time for you in 2020. They could be the ones that provide you with your fun and your entertainment. Maybe you miss your family. Maybe that's why you're looking back, almost as if that is where it's to be found. I see the head of a wolf here. I see a rabbit. I see a small seahorse. And I see the letter F. It's very interesting. Now, wolves are always about that innate power and wisdom that comes from an earth connection. The rabbit is always banishing fear, moving beyond fear. Fear stagnates us. The letter F is very much involved here. What does that mean to you? Who is that? whoever this message is for, you will understand it by the letter F, or when the letter F comes up in this situation. Right, the next lot of symbols, I see a little duck, and I see a bird with its wings spread open wide. And then there's a little bird perched, and then there's an arrow, and then there's a flower. So, ducks for me are always, can literally be ducking something. An issue you may be ducking. The wings of the birds have got its wings up as if it's shielding you from something. After that is you waiting for a message. The message then comes in, it's a new job. There it is. And it's got an arrow with it, which says success. And then I see this interesting creature running off into the future, and there's a tulip with it. So perhaps you are avoiding or ducking making a decision about something. It seems to be career or goal orientated. It's almost as if you have this mist in front of you, the shield in front of you, and you need to move through that. I think the shield is self-imposed, the mist is self-imposed. You are avoiding or ducking making some kind of decision. In 2020, you're going to make that decision. It's like you waiting for a penny to drop or something to happen. But you're going to move beyond that, because beyond that I see great strides being made and being passionate about what this is. And this is what will bring you success. And there's another little butterfly, a change for the better as well. Interesting teacup for you guys. Very interesting. If I look at this in its entirety, in the story that it is telling, I see Taurus in a place where they are not entirely happy. I think boredom is a big problem. And perhaps feeling a little bit disconnected, disjointed, disconnected. And there's something about going back to something that you did before that will make you happy. And family plays a part in this. And it's once you make that breakthrough, you decide and you make that decision, life may push it to you this year. There are many eclipses, 6 of them in total. Those are game changers. They will push you into doing things. Then you will perhaps start making forward strides, start seeing success, start seeing changes for the better, even finding fun in your life again. So that seems to be the major theme for you guys in 2020. Like I say, lots of eclipses next year, right throughout the year, starting in January. And they will be the things that either you will make a decision to change, to go back to something you were doing, to completely shift your focus, your perspective, even where you are. But you may be pushed by those eclipses if you don't make those moves yourself. But basically, there are changes for the better. There is fun. There is success. But it's on a different path. It's something to do with something you used to do, a goal you used to have, something you were involved in the past. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.